We're going? Yep. Sweet. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm Adam Gill. I'm from X Marketing. I own a marketing agency over in Kingston. I'm basically here to talk you through how to milk every last drop out of the submissions, basically, in the best, most authentic way. So we want to maximize it. So what I find a lot with award submissions is you put in so much effort. You create these award submissions, very, very detailed stuff, and then you just submit it, and then that's it. You know, all that time you spent in crafting those kind of like stories, getting that videography, getting that photography, you know, winning an award or just being nominated, whatever it is, you choose to use it for that, but you can, there's so much information in there that you can use through different mediums to communicate to your audience. Yeah. So a few of the things I want to really talk about is I feel like marketing should be relatively simple. It's like the little things, little simple things done consistently into a high quality as quick as you can. It's usually the best method. Yeah. So the way I look at it is when you've got those stories that you've crafted, those stories can be the nomination that could be pulled out, and you can create a whole 30-day social media calendar based on what's in that award submission. Yeah. The few things that you can do with social media for the awards is, first off, you can tag people. So you can do a post on your project and you can tag all the people who were involved in that project, whether it's the individual or whether it's the business itself, and that just gets more exposure. Yeah, people were tagged in it, they see it, they get notified it, they share it through their platforms, and you get to a big audience. Yeah. One of the things that people don't know a lot about is there's something called collaborative posting, which is something that Instagram in particular was testing 12 months ago, and now they've increased it. What that is I could put out a post and I could do a collaboration post with up to 5 different other businesses. And what that means is if I put that out, it actually posts all those 5 businesses on their feeds as well. So I'm not just posting on my own. If I'm collaborating with MBA, for example, and they accept that collaborated post, then it goes to their audience as well as my audience as well. Very, very, very powerful, simple mechanism that will get you out of there organically. Not this isn't a paid feature. This is a free feature. So something that's really, really good. All that videography and all that photography that you've done, you know, they can become static posts, which is a single image post. You can create a carousel post, which you can add 3, 4, 5, 6 different images. And then those videos as well, depending on how long it is, you can chop that up as well to 30-second bites, and you can use that app to fill a whole calendar up as well throughout your month. So it's really important to kind of look at it and go, okay, we've put in all this work, how can we chop it up, and what are the mediums that we push this through? Yeah? Social media is definitely a big crucial one, and that's whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, super, super powerful stuff. LinkedIn is a great tagging mechanism as well. You know, they got social media as paid reach and organic reach. So LinkedIn has a really, really powerful organic reach, which means just by posting, it gets to a lot of people fast, where the other platforms you have to put a lot more money in to get to the same sized audience as well. Newsletters, so your EDMs, if you have newsletters that you send to your audience weekly, monthly, your clients, there's 2 ways of doing that. You just celebrate with them and say and share the news that you've been nominated over that you won, or you can add it into the template as well. So I always feel that when you're part of awards, you've got 12 months to kind of milk that for the next award winners or for the next nominees for the next awards. Yeah. So building that into your template, so every email you send out, it's at the bottom, or you put it in as content as well, it's to your audience. The other one is websites. You know, it's good to put it, you know, you can put it in the footer of the website, put it at the header of your website, put it anywhere on the homepage of the website as well. I think it's important to say that you've been nominated in your project and investment recognized in some way, and that just increases confidence. And the biggest one that I'm always the biggest fan of is email signatures. You know, if you put it in your email signature, every single email that all your staff send out all day, every day, everyone will see it. Yeah. And you can even link that email signature through to the project where they can read more information about it. I feel like that is a really, really crucial thing. And if you do all of them, it will just, and you do that across 12 months, it gets a lot of exposure. Super important. Again, it's those simple things done correctly that are going to get the most awareness from that. Again, it's leveraging recognition. It works in different ways. So you've got client communications. included in client communications. Whenever you communicate with clients, if you follow those, the ones on the last slide, you will naturally do that. Recruitment, if you're looking for staff, if you're putting up Seek ads, if you're putting up LinkedIn job ads, if you're looking for new staff, saying that you're recognized, your projects have been recognized, just add more credibility of people wanting to work with. And most importantly, which I fail a lot at, which is team morale, celebrate, which is sometimes you can just like take the win and you just move to the next thing. It's always best just in life in general, I think, not just in business, to slow down, celebrate the win, share it with whoever was involved in the project, even who wasn't. It just helps you run the company as it is now. It's important to celebrate those wins. And again, whether it's a win, whether it's a nomination, whether it's just recognized, I think that's super important. And then just a pathway to national recognition. Something that I've always conscious of with award submissions is to think nationally from the start. So you just happen to be building a project in Canberra, but the way that you want to word it is basically that you're going straight to the national. So for those who have categories that go nationally, it's always good to think about. David has probably talked to this as well, which is like just think of that at the start, because then if you're submitting an ACT and then you get to go to nationals and you're like, oh, it's all locally focused and stuff, I'm not too sure how to do it. And I'm not too sure if you get the ability to rewrite it, submit it to national, if you just go straight through. Yeah. So then you're basically on the back foot straight away going up with those who thought about it at the start. So that's super. And you highlight the key features, the challenges that you faced, and kind of like any innovative solutions that you implement to that project that can apply to the nation. I think it sounds like we already talked about invest in the visuals. So just that high quality photography and videography as well. Dan is a superstar from the NBA Centenary videos, so he can talk a lot to that. But again, you're building these really beautiful high-end projects with attention to detail. You want the photography, videography, and someone like Sam knows all about that as well. Big part of that is, the other part is to tell the bigger story, which Lee directly was thinking nationally from the start, which is what are the sustainability achievements that we had. What's the angle, basically, that your whole submission is coming from? Everything from sustainability achievements, community engagement, workforce, or even just industry advancement. Like, by doing this in this project, this is going to highlight this, and this is something the whole industry, if they take notice to it as well. I think covering that is going to hopefully get you straight through the nationals, hopefully take out a title as well. But that's more focused on national, and everything else. Don't be afraid to celebrate publicly. Again, this with the team, but celebrate publicly, share it through social media. Don't be worried about if anyone's going to get sick of you talking about it. But if it's just wherever they look at you or wherever they find you, and it's just there to basically build that recognition of your business and your brand, super powerful. Definitely underrated. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for your time. Any questions?
You've got a marketing expert there that you can tap into. So I'll get Adam to leave some business cards as well.
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing a business cards one.
Yep.
Yeah,
we can share your details.
That's right. Thank you.
Cool. No, I'd like to just thank Dan, Cass, and Adam for your time this morning. I think it was a really great session, very worthwhile. We also offer some support services. We can recommend you some professional photographers. Obviously, Sam is also one of our great photographers as well. If you need any help with writing assistance, we can help, or we can please put you in the right direction. Submissions open 12th of January and they close 5 p.m. 13 March. No if, buts, maybes, hard close. So, as Simon said, don't leave it to the last minute. So, is there any other questions that anyone has? Or
yeah, maybe a quick one for the judges.
Yeah.
So supplier, a bit different to everyone else, I guess,
Yeah.
around here. So how have you judged suppliers before? What's the goal there?
So it was quite interesting this year. Again, the supply one feeds into kind of like Young Builder of the Year and some of the other individual awards. And at the start of the judging process, we kind of get a consensus around a shortlist. And what was quite interesting, and talking to the other judging team, like the renovation team and the commercial team as well, was was things quickly dropped out of like, yeah, there's an industry like across, we've dealt with that person. We know I've had that person on my shortlist last year, etc. like that. And then once kind of some things dropped out around some people, then we talked to the MBA about feedback that they had or other suppliers that the supplier one was more going to kind of who we knew they'd supplied big time for.
Then talking to them.
And then talking to them and going, what's your experience? Because they put you down as a reference and feeding in things like that. And just, yeah, what I saw this year was, especially for 2 or 3 of the individual ones around like project manager and that, it's like that person's been on our list for 3 or 4 years, and it was just like a ratio of like, yep, it's their turn because last year that person's turn, and it's kind of like, it's just the general, this is a terrible way to say it, but it's like a vibe in the industry that people know. Because I can talk to most general people that have got their eyes wide open in the industry, and they're like, yep, we use that supplier. They've always been good to us. They've been around a long time. They have a good reputation. So probably not the most direct answer of a strict criteria, but like, yeah, it was interesting to me how quickly it dropped out around, especially some of the individual professional people. It's like, no, this is the list we're going to have this year. It's like, oh, that person, those 3 people are on my list too. So it's like, and then talking to their references for strengths.
And yeah, I think the easiest way to do it is to think of the supplier one, particularly about treat it as if it's an individual nomination. So it's the, as you say, it's the reputation that they have within the industry. It's the people nominating and the referee notices of the information that's given about that quality of service, working with them as partnerships, things like that. So it's not so much, and it's why we group it at the start where we said we had the individual and company, and then you had the project. It's that level of the individual and companies are far more about the relationship and the reputation, where a project is, you know, we can walk on site and we can look at it, you can look at a building and go, yep, that was built properly. Where relationships is a lot more nuanced. And
so we still supply references?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah.
Limit on numbers or?
No, there's, put me on the spot here, it is, we ask for a minimum of 3, but there's no cap to references on there. And references can be anything from a 5-page statement that someone's explaining a whole project through to, I think last year there was one that was, we had about 7 or 8 references where someone literally like a paragraph or 2, but they had 8 or 9 different people with giving a reference of like, you know,
and that was a strong one, that one. I
Yeah.
remember that one because every person we rang was basically just like, and I don't think it was choreographed, but they said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And we knew the same thing from that supplier that well. So I was just like, well, you don't have to give me one supplier that you've worked on one project. And it's like, is it better to have 10 people that talk about this person being good and delivering consistently, or is it like, is it a one-off spectacular thing? The supply ones definitely are, you know, it's that cumulative effect of being in the industry, I feel. Like if you look at the history of the supplier-driven ones and even the subcontractor ones, like they're like, they've been there for 10 years and given service, and it's kind of like paying your dues and they've been consistent. Yeah. Then one superstar thing that some national company put an office in Canberra, yeah, they do that. That to me wouldn't speak as strongly.
All right, I'm just conscious of time, so thank you all. Good luck. You know where to find us if you need any assistance. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much.
The other speakers, much appreciated. Commented on